Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to learn English through a simple and heart-touching story. Let's begin. Get your headphones, close your eyes, take a slow breath. Imagine the characters, imagine the place, and learn English slowly. Tonight, we travel to a small village in ancient Greece. A village surrounded by green hills. A village where olive trees moved gently in the wind, and where the sea shone like silver under the moon. This is the story of Midas, a young man who spent many years trying to become someone else, until one day, he discovered that the person he was searching for was already inside him. Now close your eyes, relax, and let our story begin. The boy who never felt enough. Long ago, in a quiet Greek village near the sea, there lived a young man named Midas. Midas was kind, he was gentle, and he had a good heart. He loved helping old people. He loved feeding hungry animals. And every evening, he sat near the sea and watched the sunset. But Midas had one problem. He did not like himself. Whenever he looked at other people, he saw something better. When he saw a strong man, he wished he were stronger. When he saw a rich man, he wished he were richer. When he saw a confident man, he wished he could speak like him. Midas always thought, why am I not like them? Why am I so ordinary? One day, famous young warrior named Apollo visited the village. Everyone came to see him. Apollo was strong, confident, and brave. People gathered around him. Children followed him through the streets. The villagers praised him. Midas stood far away, watching everything. He looked at Apollo. Then he looked at himself, and quietly said, I wish I were him. From that day, Midas started changing himself. He walked like Apollo. He spoke like Apollo. He dressed like Apollo. He even stopped doing the simple things he loved. He no longer sat near the sea. He no longer helped the old villagers. He no longer fed the small animals near his home, because he thought those things made him look weak. Slowly, Midas was becoming someone else. But strangely, the more he changed, the more empty he felt. Athena sees the truth. In the same village, there lived a wise young woman named Athena. Athena had known Midas for many years. She remembered the old Midas, the boy who smiled at everyone, the boy who helped people without expecting anything, the boy who could sit quietly under an olive tree and enjoy the sound of the wind. One evening, Athena found Midas sitting alone. He looked tired. She sat beside him. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. Then Athena asked, Are you happy, Midas? Midas smiled, but it was not a real smile. Of course I am. Athena looked into his eyes. No, you are not. Midas became silent. Athena continued, You have spent so much time trying to become Apollo. But tell me something. Where is Midas? Midas looked confused. I am Midas. Athena shook her head gently. No, the Midas I knew was kind. He laughed easily. He helped people. He loved simple things. But now, you are trying so hard to become someone else that you have forgotten yourself. Midas looked down. His eyes slowly filled with tears. For the first time, he admitted the truth. I don't know how to be myself anymore. Athena said nothing. She simply sat beside him. Sometimes, when a heart is hurting, it does not need advice. It only needs someone to stay. That night, Midas cried quietly, not because he was weak, but because he was tired. Tired of comparing himself, tired of pretending, tired of trying to become someone he was never meant to be. The empty mask. The next morning, Midas walked alone into the hills. He wanted to understand himself. After walking for a long time, he reached an old temple. There, he saw Apollo. Midas was surprised. Apollo was sitting alone on the temple steps. For the first time, Midas did not see a great warrior. He saw a tired young man. Apollo looked at Midas and smiled. You wanted to become like me, didn't you? Midas was shocked. How did you know? Apollo laughed softly. Because I once wanted to become like someone else too. Midas sat beside him. Apollo continued. People see my strength, but they do not see my fear. They see my victories, but they do not see my failures. They see the person standing in front of them, but they do not know the battles inside me. Midas listened quietly. Apollo looked toward the distant sea. Midas, Never compare your whole life to the small part of someone else's life that you can see. You wanted my life because you only saw the beautiful parts, but my life is not yours, and your life is not mine. Midas felt something change inside him. All this time, he had been comparing himself to an image, not a real person. Apollo stood up. Before leaving, he placed his hand on Midas's shoulder. Then he said, "The world already has an Apollo. It does not need another one, but there is only one Midas. Do not lose him." Apollo walked away. Midas remained there, alone. But for the first time in many years, he did not feel lonely. Becoming Midas again. Midas returned to the village, but this time, he walked differently, like Apollo, like anyone else. He walked like himself. On his way home, he saw an old woman carrying a heavy basket. The old Midas would have helped her. For a moment, he stopped. Then he smiled. He walked toward her. "Let me help you." The woman smiled. "Thank you, Midas. I miss this version of you." Those words touched his heart. Later, he saw a hungry little dog near the road. Midas sat down. He gave the dog a small piece of bread. The dog happily followed him. Midas laughed. A real laugh. A laugh he had not heard from himself for a long time. That evening, he went back to his favorite place near the sea. Athena was waiting there. Midas sat beside her. The sun was slowly disappearing. The sky became orange, then pink, then purple. Midas looked at Athena. "I think I understand now." Athena smiled. "Understand what?" Midas looked at his hands. "I spent years thinking I was not enough. I wanted someone else's strength, someone else's confidence, someone else's life. But I never stopped to see the good things inside me." Athena gently said, "And what do you see now?" Midas looked toward the sea. "I see myself. Not a perfect person, but a real person. And me. That is enough." Athena smiled. "It is more than enough. The greatest achievement." Years passed. Midas never became a famous warrior. He never became the richest man in Greece. People did not write songs about his victories. But something beautiful happened. Midas became happy. He became known as the man who always helped others. Children loved sitting beside him. Old people trusted him. Travelers found food in his home. And lonely people always found someone willing to listen. One night, Midas and Athena sat under an old olive tree. The village was quiet. The moon was shining above them. Midas looked at the stars. Then he said, "Athena, when I was younger, I thought success meant becoming someone great." Athena asked, "And now?" Midas smiled. "Now, I think success means having the courage to become yourself." Athena looked at him proudly. "And that, Midas, may be one of the greatest achievements in this world." The wind moved gently through the olive trees. The village slowly fell asleep. And Midas finally understood something. You do not have to be the strongest person. You do not have to be the richest person. You do not have to look like someone else. You do not have to live someone else's life. You only have to be honest with yourself. Because there is something in you that this world will never find in another person. There is only one you. So do not spend your life trying to become someone else. Be who you are. Grow at your own speed. Walk your own path. And remember, you are not here to replace someone else. You are here to become the best and truest version of yourself. Now, let your eyes become heavy. Let your thoughts become quiet. You do not need to prove anything tonight. You do not need to compare yourself with anyone. You are enough. You are learning. You are growing. And tomorrow, you can take one more small step. As the moon shines over the quiet Greek village, take a slow breath. Rest your mind. And let yourself sleep peacefully. May your night be calm. May your dreams be beautiful. And when you wake up tomorrow, remember to be yourself. Because the world does not need another copy. The world needs you. If this story stayed in your heart, do not just like this video. Take one lesson with you tonight. Stop comparing your life with others. Start believing in your own journey. And if you want another peaceful story tomorrow night, subscribe and come back. We will learn English slowly, one beautiful story at a time. Now close your eyes, rest well, good night, and sweet dreams.